Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Benchwarmer Sports Podcast. I'm Raffi, as always, joined by Theodore and Davian. Boys, it was a great NFL weekend for all three of us, as all three of our teams won. My Atlanta Falcons showed up versus San Francisco 49ers, beat the handsome Jimmy Garoppolo, and showed once and for all that we are, in fact, better than Kyle Shanahan. Did not blow a lead. We're 3-3 right now, tied for the lead in the NFC South. You also have Davian repping his Patriots. He's getting a Bailey Zappi jersey soon. He's very excited about that. There's his Lord and Savior. Didn't Aaron Hernandez wear 81? I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought.
Yeah,
No, guys, it's John Smith. Come on, guys, come on. See,
Yeah,
it's
I'm
signed by
not
John Smith, New England. Come on, guys.
So, moving on, Theodore, we have the Giants as well, and the Giants are rolling. Still, the Eagles are better, so we're still going to get absolutely mocked by everyone, but I mean, it is what it is.
5-1. Daniel Jones is him. He is balling.
Nobody cares.
Saquon is the best running back in the NFL. Andrew Thomas, best left tackle in the NFL. Xavier McKinney is balling. This team is built to win, and they are built to win now.
No. Respectfully,
No.
No. But
not even respectfully,
you know who
just
is
no.
built to win now? Good old Rocky Top, Tennessee. What a game. Davian, I hate to say it, but Rocky Top, Tennessee, Roll Tide off the cliff. Roll Tide is no more. Alabama falls to number 6. I don't understand how Tennessee's number 3, personally. I think that's absolutely ridiculous. If you guys want to look at my top 7 teams that I would consider, I mean, you can throw in Ole Miss as well.
Not really.
But Tennessee at 3, I feel like it's too low. Georgia at 1 still, very surprising. They have double. Ohio State and Tennessee's first place votes combined is one more than what Georgia has. I don't see it. I don't see why Georgia's still number 1. Also, I called it. Utah beat USC. Called it. It's on the TikTok.
Yeah, you
Check
did.
it out.
Yeah, disappointing. I'm disappointed in Lincoln Riley and that team. Maybe they can run the table and get in the college football playoff. I don't think it's going to happen. Chip Kelly and UCLA looking great, though. I think the Pac-12 has an outside shot at getting a representative.
They do not. I don't think so.
Wow.
And then, obviously,
Great.
Michigan.
Not even the Oregon Ducks?
No.
Come on, David.
No, come on, guys. So the Oregon Ducks.
I mean, they're
come
going to
on.
win the Big 12
They're going to
and
get
the
it. Come on.
Pac-12. So, you win 2 conferences, then I guess that
Speaking of the Big 12, how about TCU?
they looked really good
probably
against
lose.
Oklahoma State this past weekend.
They're probably going to lose
Unfortunately,
at some point,
that was the second best game on, which is a good thing, except for the
Right,
fact that
yeah.
Alabama-Tennessee was happening at the very same time. So no one knows what happened with TCU.
Yeah.
I tuned in. TCU was down 21-3, 24-7, I think it was. I completely forgot about the Alamo Bowl back in, I think, 2013 versus Oregon. So I'm like, okay, TCU is getting blown out. And sure enough, halfway through, I think, the Tennessee-Alabama game, I look at the game, it's like, oh, they're going to overtime. They came back, and TCU, my goodness, you can never count them out. TCU is the last hope, really, for the Big 12, unless Oklahoma State runs the table. We'll see what happens with that. One other interesting thing as well, we're going to have some great college football games in the next few weeks leading into college football playoff season. Georgia plays Tennessee still, and then also we have Michigan versus Ohio State. Michigan looked amazing versus Penn State. I thought Penn State was going to win, and Penn State clearly showed to me that they're still a good team, don't get me wrong, but this was Michigan's first test, and they unfortunately passed it for me. I kind of wanted to write Michigan off this year. Then there's also teams like Clemson who are still in the race as well. I don't think too highly of them, but
How about Syracuse?
Yes.
Best team in the ACC, 6-0.
I would put on my Syracuse shirt that I do have. Fun fact, Syracuse. I got a Syracuse shirt before I got an Illinois shirt, and even more fun fact, I wore my Syracuse shirt today when I was working out. So it was definitely repping the orange and blue today.
Guys, real quick. Colorado University finally won a game. Just someone had to say it. They're like,
I think they're one.
Yes.
Didn't they score on, like,
They're
a
the
last-second field goal or something with Colorado State?
something like that. Look, the point is that they were the last team across all of college football to be to not even have one game in the win record.
I just gotta mention this as well.
No.
Illinois. I don't know why. I don't know why, but they're
No.
number 18. I really don't understand.
Yeah, I mean, look, they keep winning. I mean, and they don't really have any good teams on the schedule right now, so they could keep
I
winning
thought Low
for a
Iverson
while.
was going to run over them. And I guess it's just a matter of me not going to the games, and that's why they're doing well. I'm in full. I love college basketball. I'm definitely going to some of those
Yeah, why wouldn't you go to the Minnesota game? That's on
because
you.
there's so many people there. Normally, it's like pretty chill, and the tickets are expensive.
Raffi's
And
scared of people.
okay,
Coffee skip,
sorry.
yeah.
When I have two national
Raffi's
games
scared
in
of
the
people
same week,
confirmed.
I got priorities. So, and again, I
Okay.
love college football. We all can accept that. We all know that I love college football. I love it too much. I can't go to the Illinois game if I'm going to miss part of the Tennessee-Alabama game and part of the TCU.
Now, Nafi skipped the game to go do physics homework.
I'm done
Yeah.
with physics, actually. We've had
Chemistry homework.
Wow, congrats.
But moving on from college football talk, we'll do a little bit more about the NFL. Obviously, I think the big question coming out of this past weekend is who is winning the NFC? Because I really don't know who. TikTok followers,
I think I know.
TikTok haters will say the Philadelphia Eagles. We all disagree with that. Although I did have them in
Yeah.
the NFC Championship game, by
No.
the way. But the
It's still
Buccaneers,
the
Rams,
Buccaneers.
and Packers, we all, except for Theodore, we both, Davey and I isolated them to be like the top three teams, and they all look.
I never swayed Packers in
I
the top
said the
three.
Packers, Tampa, and the Rams were the three best teams in the NFC, and I have been proven wrong. And in fact, I say the Falcons are going to win the NFC. They're not, but I mean,
I still think the Buccaneers can still win it.
Yeah,
I
look,
just
the
have
Brady
to-
thing's so weird right now because something's going on there.
It is.
And-
There has to be. There
Yeah.
has to be. Like, he's just not playing the same. He's not.
Yeah.
And his demeanor is just so different.
Oh, yeah, the demeanor's, like, I think if you're a Brady supporter, you can absolutely handle the bad play, but it's just, this isn't the Tom Brady that we know. It's a different guy.
It's sad to watch
is it?
as a Brady
Yeah.
fan.
For you.
If anyone can turn it around, it's going to be him. But, like, this
Yeah.
is very concerning right now.
Like, usually he's the guy to say, like, the buck stops on me, you know?
Yeah.
And now he's, I mean, I wouldn't say he's raging at other players, but
No,
I mean,
he
he's
is.
rightfully
That's
so.
what's
He's
giving us-
rightfully
He had
so.
sacked
He's rightfully
twice and
so,
was
though.
slipping out of his offensive line.
I mean,
He's
honestly, like,
how are you going to be out there? You know, yeah, sure, you can be the leader. You can be Tom Brady. He skips practice once a week. Like, he has just so much. Like, he's barely even a full-time player at this point. And
well,
he's out
Todd
here
Bowles said
killing
he
him.
didn't skip anything, so I really don't know what the details are.
He isn't practicing on Wednesdays. That's the story within the Bucks organization. I mean, it's absurd that you're going to be Tom Brady, the greatest player of all
Look,
time.
I mean, he
that's
he
the
took
example
2
you
weeks
set.
off. He took 2 weeks off from for some personal life things. We don't know what that is.
Yeah, that's the
Um,
one thing. I know
I don't
I
know.
personally
Like,
love
I
Christian
think
Lundgren.
I see him as a team aspect and I see him as a human aspect. From the team aspect, yes, he doesn't seem as committed. From a human aspect, even with him skipping, practice on Wednesdays, his wide receivers should be catching the ball. Like the Russell Gage pass to the, I watched the game, so there's a pass to Russell Gage. Yes, the pass was low, but it was catchable. It was easily catchable, and they just fumbled it. He just couldn't catch. There's nobody on that team that could catch. Even Mike Evans is struggling now. They need to bring in OBJ, and nobody's bringing in OBJ. And I don't get what's the issue. Why not? Why aren't we bringing in OBJ? Like, is he suddenly not a good player? Like, maybe he wants more than veterans minimum, but give it
I
to
think
him.
they're waiting for
Is
the
it
injury.
easy?
I
Worth
think
last
they're just
year.
waiting for the injury to just be fully ready to go. I'm sure once we have confirmation that he is passive injury,
why would
then
you-
he's going to get a contract.
Like, why would you wait? Like,
Yeah.
you could bring him on
Yeah.
the team, have him have access to NFL doctors so he could actually improve himself. Instead, you're just waiting for him and not knowing
And
what's
let
going
him learn the
on.
playbook, too.
Yeah, I mean it's fair.
Yeah,
I just
too.
heard the word around the league is that teams are just waiting for him to be healthy.
Yeah, it makes no sense to me. I think David hit that right on the head.
I also just want to take this moment before we move on to the big chunk and big segment of the show to tell all the people that said the Falcons were only going to win 2 or 3 games this year. Yeah, what's up? What's up now, you guys? You guys are
Let's also, while we're at it, talk to the people who took the under on 4.5 wins this year for the
Yeah,
Giants.
Peter and I are kind
That's-
of on a revenge tour right now. We're both of our teams are
Yeah.
slated for like 3 wins, and the crazy thing is,
No. Can we talk about Bailey Zappi for a second,
No,
guys?
yeah.
yes,
not.
No, he is a third string QB, and Belichick is winning games with him. That has to be.
Do you trade Mac Jones?
Yeah, Mac Jones is over.
Sorry,
Mac Jones is
No.
Bailey
No
Zappe is better.
Patriots fan. Well, Patriots fan joke about Bailey Zappi being the son of Mac Jones and Tom Brady, but nobody, not even as a joke, is saying that Mac Jones should be traded. Mac Jones is the QB.
Maybe he's the Messiah.
I seriously think Zappe could be the guy. Look at what he did at Western Kentucky. He absolutely lit up.
No, I disagree.
Honestly, as
Mac Jones has the
Steelers
leadership
fan,
aspect that Bailey Zappi does not
is a
have.
better quarterback than Kyler Murray and Aaron Rodgers combined.
Yeah, absolutely. You absolutely.
That's true. That's true. But
no, seriously though, Zappe makes the Patriots offense so much better. Like Mac Jones, there are plays the Patriots can run with Zappe that they can't run with Jones. There are throws Zappe can make that Mac Jones can't. I seriously think we'll have.
I don't know. I still think that Mac Jones is the guy.
We'll see what happens.
I still think that.
Mac Jones is definitely still the guy, but I just like saying.
Nah, I QB controversy. Like people joked about it in Dallas with Cooper Rush. Bailey Zappi legitimately is going to cause controversy.
No. If you expect a QB competition with the Patriots, you have to expect it with the Cowboys. Cooper Rush has been playing really well. Yes, last game you could say was a fluke, but last game was also against an Eagles defense, which I will give the respect to, has been actually doing pretty darn well. I know we love to slander the Eagles, but, I mean, it's also Cooper Rush, so I don't know how you balance that out.
All right, let's move into the one sport where we can actually slander Philly sports team, because the Eagles are doing really well.
Yes!
And the Flyers are somehow off to a 3-0 start. I don't know how that's happening, but that's one less team in the Connor Bedard sweepstakes. San Jose, I swear, stop losing. Can you please win a few games? They're 0-5 already. They might not win a game this year. I saw them play the Blackhawks this past Saturday, I think it was, and the Sharks are they're bad. But let's get into some Philadelphia 76ers slander, or as Theodore likes to call it, a normal Wednesday. And let's move on, though, just in general terms. Let's go through our player awards first, and then we can get into some of the teams and some of our predictions going to the playoffs. So let's start with the most improved player. Who do you guys have?
David, I'll let you take it away here.
Man, I really don't know about most improved player.
Julius
You know what, Theodore? I'm going to throw this back to you. I need a second to think about
most improved player. You see the shirt. OKC. It's not going to be Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, because Alexander has really nowhere to go. I mean, he's already averaging 24 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds. Like, maybe he'll get some votes because people finally notice him, but he's not going to take a step up. Josh Giddey is going to be your most improved player. He showed flashes year one. This is the year where he puts it all together. I think he averages somewhere in the range of 14, 8, and 7. He's a nightly triple-double threat, and he really emerges as one of the best young players.
You seem pretty giddy about him. Sorry. Davian?
Yeah. How can you not be giddy about him? Have you seen his face?
Okay, I have two people that I'm thinking about. Zion Williamson and Anthony Edwards. Between those two people, I think I'm picking Zion. I think Zion has the chance to really prove himself in New Orleans. I think with OKC, I think with Josh Giddey, I think he will be a solid candidate. I just don't think that he will have as much as an opportunity to prove himself as the Zion Williamson right now. I also think Zion is he's just a different person than he was before.
With all due respect, Zion averaged 27 points, 7 rebounds on 60% shooting. I'm sorry, that's just not a most improved player.
He's more of a comeback player.
Okay. I guess that's a valid point.
Okay,
I don't know.
Honestly,
I gotta go on a rant.
Comeback player of the year. Let's just get into that. Right.
Yeah. Okay. Now, just so we know, that's not a real award, and I don't know why. I don't know how comeback player isn't an award in the NBA, and I don't know how most improved player
maybe
isn't an
because that
award
would
in the
be
NFL.
Q-wise, and people that don't follow basketball too much may
Well,
get confused.
I don't know. I see most improved in the
on
NBA as
podcast.
kind of also a comeback player of the year.
No, because my problem with most improved is it just always goes to a young guy like a John Morant or a Josh Giddey this year. If you're a young player, you're supposed to improve. Let it go to
You're supposed to make that
Julius.
second-year jump.
Let it go to a guy like Julius Randle, and he won it a few years ago, where he legitimately came out of nowhere to surprise people.
Yeah.
That's personally what I think the award should be reserved for.
I agree with you on that. I agree
All
with
right,
you on
let's
that.
get into the actual
If we,
COTY, the coach of the year.
well, first of all, comeback player will be Zion, though. I think Davian had right player, wrong award. The Zion will.
Okay, yeah, okay.
But,
So we're agree with that.
yeah,
Most
Zion's
most
going to go
improved.
off
I'm
this
not
year.
sure
He's
then.
going to be a beast. Absolutely.
Okay.
Well, Kawhi Leonard, I'm sure, will be
Oh
back.
yeah, Kawhi has a good shot at that too. Yeah.
Coach of the year.
I made a TikTok on this one. There are so many interesting candidates for this award. What I said is, if you look at a lot of teams, like the Lakers, first of all,
No.
if they make the playoffs, I think Darvin
No.
If they
Ham is
make
a
the
shoe in
playoffs.
for the year, which they probably won't make the playoffs at this rate. I think just all these teams, like, you look at, if Atlanta takes that jump, if Boston is a competitive team, or like a really competitive team, like it'll be locks for either of those guys. I think ultimately it'll come down to Mike Malone or Eric Spoelstra, because I don't think any of those teams will really jump out, and I just think it'll go to an old trusted coach that's universally agreed on just, being great at their job. So I'm gonna go Eric Spoelstra. Miami will be good, and he is clearly one of the best coaches.
I wonder if the Grizzlies do really well in taking their step this year. That might be.
I don't think so. I think they disappoint a little, and we're gonna get to them in a minute, but I just think there are a lot of pieces there that need to come together and won't.
Mm-hmm.
More on that later.
For me, most improved coach of the year, I think is going to be Taylor Jenkins from the Grizzlies. I just think the Grizzlies are going to really make a big jump, and that's going to reflect on the coaching there.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing else to add.
Yeah, so disagreement opinions there.
Yeah.
Defensive player of the year.
You guys see the shirt. Lou Dort is the best defender in the NBA. I have screamed it from the rooftops for 2 years. I've been laughed at for 2 years. This year, I will be proven right. He has clamped up so many of the best players. Donovan Mitchell went out and said, he's the toughest player he's had to go up against in the NBA. He's clamped LeBron in the big moments. He had a game-winning steal off the Aaron Fox last year. I think basically every star player, with the exception of Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum torched him last year. But he's done some incredible things. First of all, offensively, which he's really growing into a solid offensive threat. But defensively, he is going to be elite. And, look, Marcus Smart won it as a guard last year. There's no reason he can't, too.
Davian?
Nothing else to add there. I completely agree. Like, you saw me
Yes.
There's nothing
Lou
else to add.
Dort,
Lou
hype
Dort is
train
that guy.
all the way. You heard it here first. Benchwarmer Sports loves Lou Dort.
Well, we do. There's nothing
Yeah,
else to
how
say.
can you not?
He's the man's
Put it
goat.
on the
Like,
TikTok.
there's
Yeah.
nothing else to say.
I already have, and I put it on, I think I have 5 Lou Dort
Put it
TikToks
up and
total.
pin
There are a
it.
Yeah.
lot.
Put this
Rightfully
up
so.
and pin it. So when Lou Dort wins
Yeah.
the Defensive Player of the Year award, we will be as reputable as First Take. Moving on to the MVP award, Most Valuable Player. I think it's very clear and obvious that it will be a player in the NBA this year that wins that award. I think it will be Giannis.
I respect that take.
Jason Tatum.
No.
Oh, come on, man. No, I don't respect that take. Look, Giannis should be a 3-time MVP by now. Voter fatigue is one of the dumbest things I've ever heard of. You're not going to vote a guy just because you voted for him in the past. Look, LeBron's lost out on so many MVPs. Giannis is a victim to that now.
Brady is.
It's
But that's
absurd.
not-
Giannis will be in the running. I think this is finally the year Luka gets it, though. Look, he's going to put up incredible numbers as long as the Mavs
Giannis
are.
has gotten it before, though.
Who?
You're talking about Giannis, right?
No, Luka.
Oh,
Luka's-
Luka. Oh, Luka.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
No, Giannis won it back-to-back years. And
Right.
then
Right. I was about to say that. Yeah.
So Giannis won back-to-back. Jokic won back-to-back. One thing to look out for. Jokic has a 0% chance of winning this award. Unless he does something record-breaking, he will not win because everyone's just going to say, oh, win a championship.
I just want to
Voter
say,
fatigue.
I just want to point out that if Luka wins the MVP this year, that'll be 5 straight years where a player from
Yeah.
not the U.S.
The
will
West.
win the award, and I think that's a really good thing for the growth of basketball as a whole. We all remember the glory days of USA just beating teams constantly in the Olympics. This should be more and more competitive as things go on. I know Theodore, you
You
were
know what I
hyping up
just
you were
saw?
hyping up some of the world basketball tournaments of the past couple weeks and months. So I'm sure it'll get more and more competitive and grow the game more and more as well.
I just saw a couple days ago. If Yugoslavia still existed, they would have the most stacked group of basketball players to ever exist. I mean, we're talking Luka, we're talking Jokic, the Bogdanoviches,
Oh, jeez.
or Andrade. They would blow everyone away.
They'd also
So
blow
yeah, I mean,
themselves up
Yugoslavia.
in the process because there is a reason why
Yes,
Yugoslavia will
that too.
not get back together.
I want more international politics on the pod going forward. I think we
Yeah,
should.
I agree
Davian
with
just
that.
needs to move his camera a little bit, a smidge to the right or to the left, and we'll become a full blown political thing. But
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
not ready to go.
I'm okay. I'll refrain from showing you the contents of my
Yes.
room. There's nothing bad for any
There are no
cultures
bodies,
watching.
nor are there body parts for you.
No
We
comment.
will
I plead the
confirm
fifth.
that their bodies need.
Anyways,
I plead the
Davian, did you
fifth.
say your MVP?
Yeah, I said Tatum, and then you guys started hating
Yeah,
on me.
no, that's not.
Yeah.
I
No
I
shot,
like the
no
Celtics,
shot.
but
I don't know, guys. I seriously think this is Tatum's year.
it could be, and it also could not be. And I think there's a high probability.
I think
that
it is. Because I think he's gonna like carry the team. I think one aspect is gonna be like his leadership presence, and that's gonna be considered by voters because
I
they
think-
don't have
yes,
a coach.
Brett.
So
But okay, so my thing with Tatum, Jaylen Brown outplayed him in the playoffs last year, and from everything I hear, he's just more of a leader than Tatum is. Like Tatum just gets so caught up in some of the Kobe stuff and like being, like the mom
Yeah.
mentality, my own branch. Jaylen Brown just strikes me, and Marcus Smart too, as more leaders of this Boston Celtics team.
I still think it's Tatum.
I don't know. Tatum's too inconsistent. Comes off a little selfish to me at times.
We'll see.
I'm very low on the
He's
Tatum.
definitely a sleeper pick for the MVP. Speaking of sleepers and possibly surprise teams as well, look at that beautiful transition on my end. My goodness, if I was a hockey player, my podcasting skills transferred to the hockey rink, I'd be a full 200-foot player with that transition. Anyways, let's get into the surprise team. Who's a team that you guys think is getting 200 look and could have some big potential to make the playoffs or even do more?
Grizzlies. I think Grizzlies go.
I
Really
feel like
far
they're
this year.
expected though. Even I think that they might go.
No, I think they're respective. I just I don't know. I just feel like they go much further.
I feel
than
like
what
they're
people expect.
getting like the Cincinnati Bengals treatment, where they're
Yeah,
really
they are.
expected.
They are.
They
I
didn't go to
definitely
the championship, yes, but like the fact that like they had a solid year, now everyone's like, oh, like they're gonna be like even back, and it's like we'll see. Theodore,
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Yeah.
My thing on the Grizzlies, John Morant, never been a fan of him. I'm not like on like the Kyler Murray level with him because he's a fun player. I think he does good things for his team, but at the same time, the Grizzlies clearly are a better team without him on the court. The numbers don't lie. You can't deny that. The Grizzlies have a great cast of players. Guys like Brandon Clark, Tyus Jones, who can just step up when the team needs them to. And John Morant at times kind of just overshadows them, takes their roles
But
away.
he doesn't hurt them. I don't think he hurts
Yeah,
them.
okay. The Grizzlies they were an elite team last year when he was not on the court. When he was on the court,
Right. I think they will be a crazy elite team right now, even though they're about to. They're like the Knicks are coming back on them right now. But
a
yeah.
lot of it also comes down to coaching. I don't know how much I believe in Taylor Jenkins as a coach. It'll
so
all
Theodore,
depend on that.
like, I want to hear your surprise
Okay.
team still, but would you say the Grizzlies are one of your big
Yeah.
letdown teams?
It's hard to say letdown team. I think letdown team in the sense that they won't take the step forward a lot of them expect them to.
They'll still be solid.
But yeah, like I can't see them being any worse than like a 4, 5, 6 seed. Like I think they'll be safely in the playoffs. I just don't think they're anything elite this year. For my improved team though, I'm going with the team with great coaching, and this is part of the reason why they're my improved team. The Toronto Raptors. I think they have completely been overlooked this year. The East is stacked. There are so many good teams. But at the same time, I think a couple take steps back. Like, for example, the Hornets. First of all, half their team's in jail right now. But beyond that, like, they're just a team that looks like they could take a step back and allow a team like Toronto to step forward. Nick Nurse is one of the best coaches in the NBA. Pascal Siakam always is going to provide, solid defensive presence and put up, 22, 23 a night, beast in the paint. Fred VanVleet, I believe, was the first-time All-Star last year. Another big-time scorer. Scotty Barnes, even if he doesn't take a step forward and just stays at the level he was as a rookie, he'll do enough for that team. And again, they got guys like Norman Powell, I want to say Gary Trent Jr. Yeah, he took a big step forward last year. They just have a lot of solid players, similar to the Grizzlies. My key difference between the Raptors and Grizzlies, the Raptors have two bona fide stars. Maybe not a superstar at Jaws level, but two bona fide stars who could be the number one option, who work together to be, number one options together, and I think that could take the team pretty far.
Theodore, co-worker, Davian, who was your letdown and surprise team, or your letdown team?
My letdown team is the Lakers. I don't know what people's
team last year. Come on, man.
I don't know what people's expectations are for the Lakers, but they're not doing well. Since Theodore's pissed off that I just mentioned the Lakers because he loves his Russie boy on the team. Russie boy. My second pick is the Nets. The Nets are currently losing by 23 points to the Pelicans. They're playing like dog water right now to the Pelicans. Yes, it's only one game, but Ben Simmons has only scored 2 points in playing 20 minutes. I think that goes to show that the Nets are just not that team. They're not it. They're in New York, and none of those players are built for New York. No
one in New York cares about the Nets. That's another thing.
That too. Like we thought Blake Griffin was ready for New York, and then he ends up, having Lana Rhodes as his baby mama.
Okay, good. Yeah,
KD is just a toxic presence. Everyone knows everything about Kyrie already. He's onto his next spiritual adventure, and their depth is not bad, but they're a letdown team. They're not what everyone else expects them to be, I think. So if not the Lakers, then the Nets.
First of all, the Lakers need to trade Russ.
Yes.
This is something that I find
he's being handicapped. He needs to get to a better place, and he will put up his past MVP numbers again.
Exactly. No, you guys are joking about that.
He's the Tyler Murray of the NFL, gosh dang.
Look, I know you guys are joking. I know you're making fun of me, but I completely agree with that. Russell Westbrook needs a chance to shine. He's stuck on the Lakers where he's expected to be a third option. Russell Westbrook is not a third option. He's
playing like a third option.
No, he balled out in the debut game. He's balled out when he has the chance to shine, and he never gets that chance.
Raffi, he's balled out in 2 games.
And he will average a triple-double.
Whoa. Yeah, the team will average like 2 wins.
So, Russell Westbrook's teams win 75% of the games that he puts up a triple-double. Keep talking about empty stats and how he hurts the team. When he puts up the triple-doubles, he wins games.
Those triple-doubles have not existed on the Lakers, and he was given his chance.
Because he's not given the opportunity.
He was given the opportunity last year. What are you talking about, bro?
The Lakers completely handicapped him by surrounding him and Bron, because him and Bron are in the same boat here. They need shooters. Where are the shooters on this team? Their big move was signing Juan Toscano Anderson. Come on, give me a break. If they actually added shooters to this team, him and LeBron would work great together. Instead, they haven't, traded.
What do you think about Russell Westbrook for Tower Hero?
Yeah.
That would be, because he wouldn't really fit in. No, Russell Westbrook on the Heat would be incredible. I would love to see that.
I think Tower Hero is he's a shooter.
Right now. So
I could use an outside
on. If you want to watch the rest of Theodore, I'm sure Theodore, you'd love to go on a full-blown longer rant on our TikTok page. So be sure to check out our TikTok, Benchwarmer_sports, to watch that video because it's going to surely be hilarious and get definitely around 200, 400 views right now. Let's move on to the big thing, the Western Eastern champions. Who do you guys have at the NBA Finals and who do you guys have winning before we close?
Warriors, Bucks. Warriors, Bucks.
Okay. Look, the West, I want to say someone like the Nuggets or the Timberwolves break
It's
through.
not. It's not.
It's
It's the
not. It's
Warriors.
going to be the Warriors.
I'm
It's
sorry.
hard.
They didn't
Yeah.
lose anything this offseason.
Right.
I find
Right.
it so
I mean,
funny how everyone thought that the Warriors were going down a few years ago, and they got the second
No,
overall
it just-
pick. James Wiseman, I don't even think he's been too spectacular.
He's a bench player, and that's okay
And
right
they're
now because
still
they don't need him to be
just
anymore.
dominating.
Yeah.
Look,
I mean,
it's
I think the thing with Draymond Green, I think that's going to pass over. I think it's going to pass over way quicker than
It's
what people
they're
are
competitive
expecting.
players. That's gonna happen. Like
Yeah.
No. You can't say like, oh, they're competitive players. Like people will be punching each other in the face. No, I think it's just something that shouldn't have been leaked out. I think the NBA needs to investigate like who gave them like
I'm
who gave them
Unfortunately,
deal
so
for
tired of
whole-
hearing about this
everything's
fight.
on social media, and everything's gonna get blown out of proportion. That's just the world we live in. Unfortunately,
Raffi, I think you absolutely have the perfect statement on this fight because it's being so overblown by
people
everyone.
are.
It's what
The
everyone does.
preseason just ended. The season just started. The off-season leading training camp is when reporters are just grasping for any type of content that they can. And when they see two guys having it out right now and fighting, everyone just freaks out because there's literally nothing else to talk about. No one else cares
This was
about
literally
how
a
Boban's
daily.
doing.
This was
I care, but no one else cares about it. They only care about like stupid stuff. They see one fight and they're like, "Oh, is this the end? Is this Is there drama?" And there's no. It's two players who are really
this is
competitive
something-
who want to win. They both want to win. I don't see the problem with that. Now, if this is a recurring thing where it becomes the Fight Club, the San Francisco Fight Club, then there is a conflict. But again, I'm not going to get into a whole rant about the media. I already get into enough rants about the FIFA World Cup being and the Olympics being corrupt, so I'm not even going to get into that. And I already shut off Theodore's rant, so I don't feel like it would be fair if I went on the rant. But yeah, got blown out of proportion. So real quick before we close, though, what are your final matchups? We got the Warriors in the West. Who do you guys have in the East, and do you have the Warriors repeating?
Yeah, look, I hate to be boring. The East is just there are so many good teams, but I really think it's going to be the Bucks this year. I want to be bold and say the Cavaliers, but I just think they need 1 year to gel together before they truly take that step. The Sixers are going to fall off. They're one of my letdown candidates. James Harden is going to prove he's old and washed. Y'all see last night, opening night of the year, he had two incredible crossovers, couldn't finish off the shots. Yes, he scored 31 points. No, that will not be a regular occurrence. He's going to have a disappointing year. The Cavs will be a contender. The Nets are not going to be a contender. The Bulls might make some noise. Celtics will be decent, but I think it's Milwaukee's conference to lose.
Davian, quick.
In the East, I said Bucks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who do you have winning?
So we got the same finals matchup. Hate to do that to you guys.
I
got the Bucks winning. I got Giannis and the Bucks winning the NBA championship this year.
I do. I have them as well. So
Very nice.
We're on the same page there.
That will be it for this.
We find some sense of
edition
unity on
Benchwarmer
this
Sports
podcast.
We did a lot of NBA talk, went a bit over time, but I think that's okay when we have quality conversations. I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to hit the subscribe button if you're browsing your way through. Just pop on this video. There's the hockey guy ending that I love. And then you can also check us out on TikTok as well, Benchwarmer_sports, to watch some of our shorter content. I'll probably get a hockey video up or two on the YouTube channel in the next week or so get ready for that. Tune in to next week where we talk about the Yankees losing in the ALCS to the Houston Astros. I know we're all excited to talk about that. I sure am. We all know that the Yankees are scared of rain. I'm not even Anyways, that will be it for this episode. Once again, you guys aren't going to want to miss the next episode where we make fun of the Yankees the whole episode. So, for everyone else, I'm Raffi, and we hope you have a great rest of your day. And done. Go Astros.
Peace. Go Yankees.
Go give him a